Meanwhile, Krieg's armor is absorbing all of Luffy's punches.
Is it?
Well, he did break the spear doing this. He might be trying to break the armor now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Arcloid, and we are here with episode 29 of One Piece. How about you go ahead and tell everybody what happened last time?
Well, we had a big scrap between Luffy and Don Krieg after we had seen Gin sacrifice his face mask for Luffy and hold the one onto Sanji's face, taking the full brunt of the MH5 himself. And then uh, I think it was Sanji who said that they should take him to a different area to where the air is clear so he can recover.
Nope.
No, was it? Not. It wasn't. What's his name? Jeff? No. Well, I'm sure. I'm sure you remember.
I'm sure I do.
Damn it! And you're not going to tell me.
No, you're the one who's telling me what happened. I'm just correcting you when you're wrong.
Well, anyway, I'm going to skip over the parts I don't remember that well, just to
I
get
don't think you have
through
any
it.
choice. It'd
Right?
be really hard
Because
for you to tell me the parts you don't remember.
it would, wouldn't it? But then Luffy kept getting his ass kicked back out of the battle arena by. Oh wait, I almost forgot that. He first Don Creek shot him with those iron spike projectiles, and he survived that onslaught. And then when he got close, Luffy, I'm talking about, got close to Don Krieg. Krieg pulled a big Kevlar cloak over himself that had spikes attached to it. Luffy punched it anyway, and knocked him on his ass to the astonishment of his crew.
Really makes me
And
think of Naruto. The end of the Chunin exams. The idea that God, actually, I'm saying Naruto, but I'm talking characters in Naruto that aren't Naruto. Specifically, Gaara and Sasuke. When Gaara puts himself in the ball, he like covers the ball with spikes, and Sasuke has to try and punch his way through it
I've never seen that.
because he uses his Chidori, which is like a lightning punch thing. So, anyway, literally exactly kind of the same thing that happens.
I'll trust you on that.
Well, I mean, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto are the big three. So,
Right, they're the big shonen anime these
of their
days.
era.
Right. Then the previous era, I guess it was all Dragon Ball.
I mean, that's the I used to have. God, I don't think I have it on my computer anymore. There's this real great image of like the hand me down of the eras that starts with like Dragon Ball and then it goes to. Sorry, I'm looking. I'm just doing a slow crawl as I talk. Um, just like a real good commemorative like image of the hand me down of generations of shonen. Sorry. Well, as it
I think
turns
I've
out,
seen
that
that.
my download folder is mostly filled with, well, there we go, Witch from Mercury images. That's the one right there.
I've seen that.
Yeah, the hand-me-down of Naruto to Deku from My Hero Academia. Uh, and then he has that conversation with Luffy, of course, about going to get ramen or something and just wait up because I think that was supposed to be where Naruto ended before they knew that they were going to do Boruto. And then you get the image there at the very bottom of like their teacher, Goku, who handed everything off to them. And it also has Ichigo in the center as I guess the Orochimaru of the group. Oh, that's right, because by this time, the new season of Bleach hadn't restarted. Bleach was the first one to end, so that's why he's not there with them. Ichigo has already gone on ahead, as it were.
I don't remember any of those characters. I've never heard of these characters' names besides, Luffy, Goku. I've never seen the root to them.
Well, in the image, maybe I'll have the presence of mind when I'm doing editing if I still remember, given how long these things take to edit. We're trying to get them past copyright. Um, I'll have the presence of mind to have it scroll up in the overlay between us here. It's the it's Naruto from the end of his series where he's like sage, whatever, and probably in charge of the village or whatever. And it's an early Deku in like one of his early costumes. And Deku, of course, from My Hero Academia. So they're kind of saying that the big three have passed down the responsibility of shonen to My Hero Academia. And otherwise, it's just Luffy. Luffy looks fucking same no matter what. But yeah, the idea is that it's a thought from like the final picture at the bottom is a thought from basically Naruto itself, in that they have the picture of the three people from the group, Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, are kind of in that same frame with Kakashi. Sorry, Kakashi is their teacher's name, in that same form, and then also in Naruto, um, there is another picture. It's exactly the same, which has Orochimaru, cannot remember her name, and other guy who's a pervert, Arrow Sensei. It's not his name, but it's his nickname, Arrow Sensei.
Is he the one that reads porn in public?
Well, he also writes it. So no, Kakashi's the one who reads the porn in public. Arrow Sensei turns out is the one who writes the porn, but he's also the one who like spies on women in hot springs and whatnot as inspiration for the porn that he writes. But yeah, no, it's him. God, I cannot remember her name. It's Arrow Sensei, Orochimaru, who's the bad guy who used to be part of the three people, and that's why it's like a mirror thing that Sasuke goes running off and kind of turns into a bad guy. And whatever her name is, she uses her jutsu to basically appear young when she's like a grandma the whole time. Kind of the same setup is that they're one of the leaders of the village also taught them. So it's like a hand me down. One person teaches three people. They go on have the three people to teach their own. So it's a Naruto motif given with Goku being the mentor in this case, having passed it on to these three, and now Naruto is passing it on to Deku.
I see. So that adds a pretty interesting emotional impact to the final frame of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That Bleach had ended by this time. Bleach came back just a couple of years ago to actually try and finish off its storyline. So the fact that Ichigo isn't in any of these frames except the final one as the missing character is because he's already moved on by the artist's perspective. They're also drawn all young because it would have been before their final things.
Back to the fight. Krieg had been he put two of his shields together and a spear transformed out of it. And every time he swung it at something, it would explode. So after getting knocked back a few times from it, Luffy decided to break the spear, like he broke the Barakie's fin earlier. But it took more punches because it was steel instead of wood. Yes, yes. I hope you can put that on screen to show everybody else.
Nope. We'll have no idea what you're talking about.
We're looking at an image of a man with projectiles, sharp edge projectiles in his legs.
A man with you can't even name the
Well,
actor or the movie, can you?
well, it's Jim Carrey,
As
and it's as Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I didn't know we could actually mention other copyrighted things in this video. That's why I was trying to
You
be
think we
vague.
can't even talk about other copywriters?
I was erring on the side of caution.
How deep do you think this rabbit hole goes? Can't even say the name of things. That is a police state, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at Jim Carrey going like, at the spears in his legs
Well, it's
when the
actually Ace Ventura 2. Be
yes,
technical.
I forgot it was the second one. Nature Calls. Is that
Yeah.
what the subtitle of it was? Yeah, this is when he was telling when he was getting the African stuff translated to him, and then he said "bumblebee tuna" to the top man
Nope.
who had the chief.
That's actually a different scene.
Oh, my bad.
That takes
But
place in a
this was
hut. This is clearly out in the open.
yes, but I think this happened. The picture you have happened before the one I mentioned.
I can't wait for the comments about our so far 11-minute tangent where I
Oh yeah, they're
spent
gonna
8
love it.
minutes talking about one image, and now we're at least 3 minutes now into a GIF, a well-known GIF of Ace Ventura. It's
Oh, it is a
crazy.
gift. I hadn't had my cursor targeted on Discord, so I didn't see it moving.
Good times. You were talking about the episode.
Yes, but I think I had finished up by saying that Luffy broke Krieg's spear, but it still would explode when it struck stuff, so it's not like he's out of danger just yet. But his porcupine cloak is stuck to the deck of the broken ship he is on, so he doesn't have that anymore. And other
Well,
than that, I think I'm done.
okay. Sorry, the long pauses are getting at me. It's like
Sorry about that.
that's why I eyeball the screen every time to see if you're done or
I forgot I had to tell you that because
yeah.
I don't have proper verbal cueing the way I speak.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
done.
I don't know if you're just thinking because you don't give me anything visually to tell me that you're either still thinking or if you're done. So
I'll start doing the whole pensive thing when I'm thinking.
yeah, or look to the sky or whatever, whatever you normally would do. Because otherwise, I don't know if you're like, God damn, my desk is interesting, or you're thinking hard about what happened last time on One Piece.
It could be any of that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, this is your default on my camera. So for me, it's staring at my keyboard. For some people, this would also be, God, what did happen last time? There's no real difference if I don't know what's going on. For me, I'm looking at you, and if I'm thinking, I do this, or I'm just talking. I try not to let my mouth stop if my brain is going, or vice versa.
And I'm still getting used to doing a show, and as opposed to streaming.
Well, there is some amount of editing I can do in the middle. It's just if I remember. So here's hoping that these people don't get 14 minutes of nothing because I forgot to edit.
Well, hopefully you see those images you put on the screen there on Discord, and you let them scroll past at least once while we're talking about them.
Well, one hopes. Anyway. You ready to get into this then?
They'll ever be.
Alright, let's go ahead and get into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I was about to question you because it took so long with that countdown.
What do you mean? Took 3 seconds.
I know, but between saying that you were going to start and the countdown, there was just a long pause.
Oh, well, yeah, you're revealing behind the curtain because I didn't actually say, let's get into it yet, which is the normal segue between us doing the pre-talk and us doing, or then the Patreon pitch, and then us actually watching the episode. So I needed that, let's go ahead and get into it. Normally there would also be a, alright, you ready? And then I would do the count. So the let's get into it was not the, hey, are you ready? Before the pre-count. I just decided we've done a lot of, hey, are you ready? That you would anticipate the count coming.
Not bad.
Well, I guess you run out of things to say during the opening.
Well, there's the part where Usopp shoots the guy with the egg, and look at this look of accidental dread on his face before he gets clobbered.
I don't know if
That's
it's the
hilarious.
existential dread. Well, I guess maybe. The whole... It's more like
Exactly.
I didn't realize he had hands.
Well, there's eggs all over it too, so yeah.
I don't know. So like it's on his face. I don't actually see him ever touch the egg. Just like what is?
Boom.
Well, remember we're still in the recap. Technically, until the text appears on the screen to tell us the name of the episode. This is all stuff we've seen before.
You can be defeated by someone with a spirit of blind determination. I guess that's how you can describe Luffy's fighting style. Blind determination.
It's literally how Zeph described it last episode.
Yes, I.
The spear of his heart.
Oh yeah, that's what he called it.
I know I go off and talk about random shit during the episode all over the place. But I am paying attention. I do understand what the characters are saying. Just because at this point of the episode we were talking about the difference between a glaive and a spear, I did hear what Zeph said.
I'm trying to learn to pay attention to what you're saying and what they're saying and what's going on.
If you
with
have
screen.
to prioritize things, Ark, prioritize the show. Ignore me. It's more important that you know what's going on in the show than what stupid ass shit I might be saying off on the side.
I feel bad doing that though. I've spent so much of my life trying to learn how to pay attention to people just so I don't zone out on what they're saying or lose it halfway
The
through.
idea is for you to react to the show. At worst, you're gonna hear me say some dumbass thing about what's going on in the show. A dumbass thing you should already be paying attention to.
Well, I'm gonna think describes a lot of weapons in Traveler too.
And World War One.
Yeah. One people would just run up to a tank, stick a sock full of covered in tar to it, and it would just be filled with C4.
Yeah, or if you're in a trench, just attach that sock to the end of a pole. It's technically also the Civil War. That's how the first submarines operated. I guess one of those people in the audience, given that 60% or more of our watchers are from Japan or the Philippines, I clearly mean the American Civil War.
The one with the Monitor and the Merrimack, which were not submarines.
And also, didn't always go by those names. And obviously, I was referring to the CSS Hunley, which was a submarine.
I'll have to look that up. That sounds pretty cool, though. Meanwhile, Kree's armor is absorbing all the Luffy's punches.
Is it?
Well, you did break the spear doing this. You might be trying to break the armor now. Steel.
So yeah, you were saying something about gold or something last time, which obviously would be the fucking worst thing to make armor out of.
I guess they do follow Minecraft rules here. Any little noodle arm punch with muscles. I thought that break between the floor and that wall was like open air. Damn.
Also, aim for his fucking legs. No armor there.
Exactly. Especially in the soft spot between them.
じゃあ俺だろゴム
無駄だ無駄だ無駄だ意地じゃどうにもならねえこともあるってことよ
Made him lose hold of his spear.
聞かねえな
Yeah, now the Swedish needs to land face down to the ground, start ricocheting.
何最強の鎧にひびだとだがもう遅いおめえは終わりだ金槌小僧罠だ逃げろ
See what I said? All he has to do is blow up all the platforms that Luffy would stand on and just be in the water.
And he did that with those little bomblets. Zep's like, no way am I losing another leg for some brat.
I would have thought he would have gone with an axe and not bazooka. I'm saying axe, I can't remember what the foot one is. Where he puts his foot way up in the air and then brings the back of his foot down on a thing.
Yeah, I forgot what he called that one too. But he has a name for it.
I'm pretty sure it was axe, but that's the only thing coming in my head right now. Also seems like it would be harder than bazooka.
Now he's above the water. It's steel net. Well, it's not like it's glued shut. It just has those weights on it.
I mean, it's made of steel. The idea is something you can break out of it.
Well, it's not like it tied itself shut or anything. It just has those
It's being
weights
held by his
holding it.
hands.
Well, how they get around him if it's closed in the back?
Say what?
How they get around Luffy if it's closed in the back?
Animation trickery?
なぜ昼間でなんでそこまで
今度こそ終わりだ
Being gripped by feet would suck.
Unless you're into it.
Giant gavel. Maybe that's funny. Good name for it.
I mean, thematically, it doesn't make much sense.
Judgment.
He's spinning.
Well, it's a
It's
judgment
not
hammer.
even a double-sided attack. I think it's maybe 2 feet. But even then, it doesn't make much sense. And all of his attacks are judgment by that recalling.
Well, this is like a final kind of judgment because I think this is where Don Creek gets his shit knocked out of him. Zeph is unimpressed. Knocked out his tooth.
Everyone gets their teeth knocked out in this freaking show. That or they show up missing teeth.
I look him looks better.
Oh, also Luffy's drowning, but nobody seems to care about that.
No one gives any shits about this. There's his hat just laying discarded. Now it's your turn, Sanji.
Literally just heave the net up. Also, how long is this fucking net?
Sanji could swim. Oh, he's gonna find Luffy in the dark, sunless waters.
Are you gonna find who?
Luffy.
You said it 2 different ways.
Damn it. I'm reverting back to my old stupidity.
And that's when Sanji had to cut his own foot off.
おいしっかりしろおめえ死なねえんだろそれがおめえの信念なんだろええ
Well, other than that, he's made of rubber.
死なねえよここは俺の死に場所じゃねえ
たくよ
I was about to say, God, that feels forever ago. But then again, it's also been a number of weeks between our recordings.
And this only happened, what, 4 episodes ago?
Or a month ago, our time.
Yeah.
Ah, the scene where you specifically said, why did he run at him if they were in front of each other?
Losing his ability to hold his breath.
Also, eyes open in the ocean.
That would suck. I never swam with my head underwater in the ocean. I've waded in it. But I would not want to get salt water in my eyes.
Yeah, I guess on this, the implication is that the East Blue is a freshwater ocean.
あんなバカなことあるかよ。イーストブルーの覇者だぜ。あの男は、あの男は、あの男は、あの男は。んなこと言ったってよ。おめえ見てみろよ、あれ。自慢の鎧も粉々で伸びてるぜ、おい。派手なやられっぷりだ。見ねえのか。
He's an asshole. But, I mean, it is true that John Green got his ass kicked. Though I guess you can't really blame him for being happy that the Baratie was saved. For what it's worth now, it's a broken thing.
雑よ、死ぬんじゃねえぞ。聞こえてるか。おめえはまだやることがあるんだろうが。おい、死ぬんじゃねえ。雑よ、なんとか言ってみろ。雑よ、死ぬな。
No chest compressions. No
Not doing anything like
CPR.
that. No.
Don't even turn him over and try and get the water out of him. Psst.
You know, Luffy's just sleeping.
Shake him. I mean, he is the strongest man.
I love the various punch reaction faces we see here. It's hilarious. Ginter's had enough of that shit.
I didn't recognize him with all his shit taken off.
How's he still loyal to Krieg after all this shit that Krieg's done to him?
It's the whole ambition thing that I talked about last episode. Why we wouldn't be pirates. Or anything.
Right. Because we would not be able to have the ambition without the devil fruit. And we wouldn't be able
no,
to
I
do the
mean,
devil fruit without the ambition.
It's not that we couldn't have the ambition, I just don't think we have the ambition.
I wouldn't have it.
I just know I would only get it if I had a devil fruit. And only people who get devil fruits have ambitions, so catch 22.
Well, at least I could have been a Usopp pirate growing up.
覚悟決めりゃ敵が怖えだのてめえが傷つかない方法だのくだらねえことを考えなくて済むことをその人に教えてもらったよ パーティーカルネ、こいつに買い出し用の船やれ。何バカがてめえよ。
Use all the debris around here. Build a new boat.
Holy shit. How are they gonna move that boat anywhere?
Paddle.
I would not want to
Panda
get at the
Man.
bottom of that pile.
Panda Man was up middle top. Apparently he's somebody that just shows up across a bunch of One Piece episodes. See? Holding
Panda
those
Man there.
peace sign up in the air.
I see him now. I'm surprised the shells can get in the air with all that bodies on the way.
Yeah, I also noticed Pearl's shield was on there.
I don't even see Nami.
Who, by the way, somehow managed to do this all solo.
いいやつらだったな。今度会ったらまた仲間に入れてくれるかな。
I don't think so, Nami. You stole their boat.
また会えるかな。早く自由になりたいよ。ベルメールさん。
Bellamere. Who's Bellamere?
Yeah, we are officially past everything you know, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So now you know what you could potentially spoiler me of.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna spoil you. Sorry, just I feel like we have been in the setting up what the show is like and what the beats of the action arcs and everything are. And now it's time to hit some like the real emotional basis of what One Piece is about. So seeing Nami like crying like that and bringing up shit, it's like I know it's easy for the viewer to see like, oh damn it, he's fucking yawning again. It's like, nope, I'm just keeping everything inside. This is rough shit. Because obviously I know what's coming. This is more about what you see is coming.
これで雑用も終わりだ。おっさんとの約束だもんな。
そうだな。
ところでお前。
俺は行かねえぞ。海賊にはならねえ。
わかった。
って諦めてねえじゃねえか。でもいつか行こうと思ってるぜ。グランドラインに。
じゃあ今行こう。
まだ時期じゃねえんだよ。
次回ワンピース旅立ち海のコックはルフィと共に海賊王に。
Spoil it for us, why don't you? Well, you knew, I didn't. Well, I didn't know that Sanji was going to become part of the crew.
Oh
But
yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
have to
Every
tell you
opening,
exactly what episode it happens in.
every mid credit or mid episode roll, literally the ending where he's standing there with the rest of the crew. I mean,
Right. I just didn't know it. Didn't have to know what happens next before. You know what I mean? But then again, we're going to be watching it within about a minute or so it's all good.
I just mean it didn't really matter. Knowing what's going to happen in like an episode per episode basis, like not if they gave us like the next 5 episode titles in a row, that would be a spoiler. Literally knowing the tagline of the next episode isn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I do try not to spoil it for myself when I take notes from the wiki, so I can remember.
Oh, you
more of
are
what's going on.
cheating.
I am cheating. Yes, I'm looking at the wiki to every 3rd episode, just so I can have a synopsis to write down because of my shitty memory.
I mean, I don't have much else to say. Once you admitted to cheating, I don't have. There's no follow-up accusation to that.
It's not like you can accuse me again and have it like be even more powerful.
Yeah. It's a lot like dying, in fact. Because you can only go in one direction. If you're dying, you're going to die. Because if you don't die, then you're not dying. It's kind of like
Or you can be
quitting, right?
taken out of dying.
It's kind of like quitting a drug, right? You say, I stopped smoking. But then I see you smoking, then you didn't stop.
Well, I stopped smoking cigarettes. Well, the pipe.
I'm not
the
accusing
tobacco
you of
pipe.
anything. I'm saying that people who say, I stopped smoking, and then go on to smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Technically,
Well-
they'll say, oh, I just started again. Well, that also means that you didn't stop.
Right.
Temporarily stopping is not stopping. You didn't stop. You just took a really long break.
Well, I think I have stopped smoking pipe at least. Tobacco.
Well, the only way we'll ever know is if we
if
tally
I
up
die
the
before I start again.
yeah.
right?
If you start dying, and then you didn't start smoking again, we'll know that you've accomplished the goal.
Damn. I'll never know if I've accomplished a goal until after I've died.
Well, no, you'll
And then I
never
won't
know.
know
Is
anything.
you just end the sentence there. You'll never know. This is a accountancy from everybody else who won't care anymore. All right. Anything else to say about the episode?
No, I think it was pretty good. And seeing the last bit with Nami crying because she might have just lost some of the only friends she'd been able to make recently because she's such a bitch. I mean, maybe we'll see that come up to something.
I mean,
Pretty
harsh
soon.
words about Nami.
You know, I don't mean them in my heart.
I mean, literally nobody knows what you mean until you say it out loud. And all you said was, Nami is a bitch. So that's where we're going to leave it off today. I've been Theta. This has been Arclight. This has been Stone-Based Reactions, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?